and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, focus on filling and expanding the lungs. Breathe out slowly. Breathe in again, fill, expand through the chest, through the lungs. Breathe out slowly with control. 2 more. And release. We'll take the arms by the side, inhale the arms overhead, create prayer hands at the top. So prayer hands, now take your shoulders, roll them up, back, down into your sockets. Lift up at your hands, look up at your hands, breathe in. And breathe out, draw the prayer hands to your heart center. Let's pause here for a moment of intention, dedication for your practice today. Perhaps you want to work on a certain feeling in your body. Perhaps you want to dedicate your practice. So take a moment to do that here. We'll seal our intention with one more breath. In slowly and out slowly. Releasing the arms by the side. Inhale the arms overhead. Have a peek up. Hold at the top. Set the shoulders back. Now let's take a baby back bend. So we'll breathe in. We'll reach up and flow back. Shifting your gaze to the ceiling. Possibly walking your gaze along the ceiling behind you. So feel the arch in the back. Reach up and over. Take another breath in. Exhale and draw the hands through the midline to the heart center. Take a pause. Release the arms by the side and we'll do that again. So we'll breathe in slowly, reach all the way to the top. Prayer hands at the top. Roll the shoulders up around, set them down the back. Breathe in. And on the exhale, begin to explore the baby back bend, creating the curve in the spine, lifting the gaze. Now lift even the heart space. Take one more breath. Exhale, hands to heart center. Releasing the arms by the side. Let's drop the chin to the chest and pause. When we drop the chin to the chest, make sure you don't also slouch through the torso. Keep the muscles engaged. Roll the head to the right. Roll the head through the center and to the left. Taking care to massage the neck. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep that rolling breath in and out through the nose. We call this breath Ujjayi breath. It's meant to sound like the ocean. One more time around, please. Through the center, pause in the center, and lift, stacking the head directly over the spine. Now take the head and turn without twisting the shoulders or the hips. Look to your right. So look over the right shoulder, but keep the torso squared up to your device. Now let's stack. So press out of the push point in the bottom, lift up the spine. Now peek over the shoulder behind you. Take one more breath in. Exhale and move through center to the other side. Squaring up the shoulders and the hips. Peek over your left shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale and look further behind you. So take the side eye glance back over the shoulder. One more breath in. Exhale and shift around to the right one more time. Looking to the right. Now feel the stretch on the left shoulder. Send the gaze behind the right shoulder. Breathe in. Exhale as you transfer over to the other side. Breathe in, look over that shoulder. Peek around and behind. One more breath. And come through the center with the exhale. Placing the hands either cupping the knees or onto the thighs or onto the chair. Whatever works for you. I want to undulate the spine. So we're going to pour the heart through, scooping out the pull in the back. So you broaden across your chest. You're pushing point out. You're actually tipping the tailbone in the back. So you've got a scoop in the back, an ice cream scoop. Now let's do the reverse. So now you pull the belly in and round, tuck your chin, lengthen out the back of your neck. Exhale to cow pose. This is a back extension. Inhale to cat pose. This is a flexion. Exhale. And inhale. Let's do two more. Notice your shoulders this time. Do not let those shoulders hike up towards your ears. And back. And again. And cat. Okay, resting the hands onto the thighs now. I feel a little bit more wobbly because I do have a pillow beneath my feet. So I'm just testing that out and pushing that down, making sure I'm ready. Take your heart to the right side. Create that cow pose shape. So it's the scoop in the back. Come through the center, pull the spine high as in cat. Roll around and scoop to the left. So continuing the idea of the movement of the spine, here's your cat pose in the center, cow pose to the side. Maintain that same progressive movement as you add lateral movement side to side. Please keep going with that. I have to take care of some noise right outside my door. Can you please go somewhere else? What are you doing? I'm teaching my class. Sorry about that. So my 14-year-old daughter is right outside the door listening to a comedy show. Very distracting. Okay, this feels really good on my back. I hope it does for you as well. And return to center. Okay, so let's take we hold a lot of stress in our shoulders. We want to take some time to kind of work that stress out. So starting as we've done before with the short lever circles, that means the arms are by the side and we simply roll the shoulders around. Take a check here on your core strength. Make sure you're engaging through your core. and massage those shoulders around in the joint. And now let's go in the opposite direction. So now we squeeze behind. Exaggerate the movement. So when I go back, I can feel my shoulder blades squeezing. And in the front, I feel my chest squeezing. So exaggerate the movement and really feel that. Let's do a couple more. All right, so now we'll do the same thing, but we'll create the bat wings. So we've got the fingertips on the tops of the shoulders, short lever, the top half of the arm, circle. Draw circles with the elbows. Now I can feel and hear the creaking in my left shoulder, right? So really work that out. Again, come back to the brace in the core, the engagement of the muscles in the core, holding your spine straight so that you're not slouching. I'd like you to be engaged and lifted. And then we'll switch directions. I don't know if you just heard that, but what is a big crack in my right shoulder. And another one. And another one. Couple more. Wow. Okay. Now let's do the full arm. So full lever circle. Send your arms out wide like a capital T. Sweep the fingertips long and then reach behind you. So swim your butterfly stroke. As you know, when we make levers longer, the work is harder. Long levers are harder than short levers. More of your body is moving against gravity. Let's do one more. And we'll take it the opposite direction. Yeah, so I'm really creaky this morning. I went to a Pilates class yesterday, and they did a lot of upper body work actually in a Pilates class, and I can feel that today. Couple more. And release. So now with the levers, I'd like to take the same idea of the flowing of the back, the cat pose and the cow pose in the back, but I'd like to add the arms. So you'll bring the arms forward and hug like a beach ball. Drop your shoulders out of your ears, reach around, pull your belly into your spine, and then open. So very vulnerable and open, palms up, reach back. Curve the spine. All right, here we go. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Open the back. Open the blades. Breathe out. Open the chest. Go again. Breathe in. Open the backside. Pull the blades apart. And reach back. Open the front side. One more time. And back. And release. Okay, little roll. Okay, shake the fingers. Roll your wrists, please. Okay, so with your hands, I'd like you to take your wrists, and instead of a bicep curl like this, I'd like you to just bend your wrist. 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 So bend and flex the fingers down. Bend up, fingers up, down, fingertips down, up, down, up, down. There's actually a muscle right here. Up, down. One more time, please. Up and down. And then the digits in the fingers, like you're kneading dough. Yeah, so move the little digits. So even the top digit, move all of them. And then you can do your jazz hands. As you extend the fingers, really press and stretch them. So intentionally push the fingers out long. You should be able to actually feel that stretch. And one more. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I can feel those muscles in the forearm, the top and the bottom. I can feel how we just worked them. So that should show you that there's a lot of little muscles in there that we need to address and keep moving. All right, so moving into the hips and the bottom half of the body. I'm gonna actually take my pillow out because we are gonna be moving our legs. So I'm gonna take my pillow out and just scoot my body closer in the chair. This is not an ideal position, but I'll just make do with what I've got here. Take your right leg, lift that leg up and give it a hug. So holding on to the leg, hug in and create the same idea of that cat pose where you're rounding your back, you're tucking your belly button into your spine, pulling your nose to your knee. So tuck yourself up into that ball, almost even in a cannonball position, like you're jumping off a diving board. And then release that down. And let's go the other way. So you're gonna hug the left knee, pull in, pause, and then start to round your back, pull your nose to your knee, and actively pull. So I want a deep bend in this knee. I want a deep bend in that knee. We've got to keep our knee mobility. And release. Let's do that again one more time each side. Tuck and round, pull. And release. And let's go the other way. Yeah, be very mindful and slow and deep about your breath. Remember your deep, rich breath. And release. So let's take our right leg now and we'll create that figure four shape. If it's not available to cross your leg up over on top of your knee, you're going to cross down at your ankle. I'll show you. I'm just going to move my camera for a sec to show you. You can cross down at your ankle. When you flex your foot, you do stabilize your knee. You may find that your knee feels better with a flexed foot. So we'll all work on keeping that foot flexed. Bringing that leg up. So you're going to notice, like for me, just because you can see me in your big screen, you're going to notice that my knee over here is up much higher. That when I go to this side, or actually this is the high side, you can see how much higher that knee is. That's normal. All right, so taking your right hand, place it on top of your knee. Take your left hand, place it underneath your foot. So you've got your palms in a position to push and pull. I do want you to push and pull. So we'll add the breath. We'll breathe in as we add pressure. And we'll breathe out as we soften. Breathe in and add pressure. Breathe out as we soften. Let's do that twice more. Breathe in, add pressure. Breathe out. And again, breathe in. And breathe out. We're not going to go to the other leg yet. We're going to continue with this side. Keeping your leg where it is, I'd like you to breathe your arms overhead. So we'll breathe in, holding here in the figure four. So just notice if anything's changed in how you feel in your body. Root down through your bottom into the chair. Breathe in. Breathe out and drape your body forward. Just come halfway. So reach your arms, you reach your fingertips as if we're going to hold hands to the device. Yes, good morning, Linda. I'm holding your hands, Linda. Reach Yeah, and then you can support with your arms onto the leg, or you can drape your body over and let your hands dangle. Either way, but I want that forward fold. We're looking to break up stress and tension in the hip. Breathe in, let's go a little bit deeper. So Carrie has opted to pop out of her chair and get down on the floor and do this exact same stretch while lying on her back. Yeah, so I can really feel this in my hip. It's one of those feelings that it's truly the best expression is hurt so good. I can feel the stretch happening and I know that it's so good for me, but I can feel it. Okay, we'll use our hands to rise up, stacking the shoulders. Now we're going to take the same leg, place it down on the floor, take your feet, and you're going to open your left leg kind of to the side so you have some room to move, and you're going to take your right leg out to the corner. So you have almost like a square corner at your groin, and I want you to take the right leg, and we're going to tap up, up, up to the center, and then go back, up and over, up and over, up and over, all the way to the side, up and over, up and over, up and over. Yes, thank you. I can see that you're all doing this, and that's what I want, up and over, like you're going over a fence, up and over, all the way out to the side. Now come back, up over, up over, up over. Okay, let's pause there for just a minute. You should have felt that right here in the top of your leg. This is your hip flexor. Your hip flexor is the muscle that lifts your knee. So that's what we were just working, was your hip flexor. Now, same leg, same leg. Take your hands onto your chair and use that extra support to help you lift your right leg and float it. So I've got a bent knee, my right leg is floating. You should feel your quadricep. All right, Carrie, I see you in standing. You can do this in standing. From here, I want 8 kicks out of the knee joint. So kick, bend, kick, bend. You can scoop with the pointed toe and flex and pull back. Scoop with the pointed toe, flex and pull back. Scoop, flex, scoop, flex, twice more, scoop, flex, once more, scoop, flex, and place that down. Okay, so this is your quadricep muscle. And in order to fire or activate your quadricep muscle, you have to bend and straighten your knee. It's the bending and straightening in the knee joint that fires the quadricep muscle. So if we get to a point where our knees are so beat up that we can't get a full bend in the knee, we start to lose muscle mass in the quads. So it's really important to get that range of motion on your knee to keep activating and firing and stimulating the muscle of the quad. True story. All right, moving over to the other side. So we'll take our left leg now, lift it up and over with a flexed foot. Carrie, if you want to go down on the floor, you can go down on the floor if you prefer. We'll be here for a while. So this is my side where my knee is in a completely different position than the other. So I am tighter on this side. My hip is not as open. Taking my left palm, pressing it on top of my knee. Right palm is underneath. So we have a press and pull action going on here. So again, our inclination is to like round our back. We don't want to do that. We want to keep that dignified posture. Press and pull. And soften. Breathe as we add pressure. And soften. Breathe as we add pressure. And soften. Let's do a few more. Now I'm going to really start going for it because I know this is my tight side. So I am really, really pushing with my hand. Really pushing. Ugh. Asking that hip to open. Let's do 2 more. And again. Okay. So maintaining that position. Remember, as always, because I know a lot of us, myself included, have issues with our knees. Flexing the foot stabilizes the knee joint. When you flex your foot, the tendons and the ligaments and the supported tissue around the joint activate and tighten. You're turning them on. So it helps to stabilize your knee joint and helps with any type of pain or discomfort. Breathing the arms overhead, set the shoulders on the back. Let's get long in the spine first. So I'd like you to think about length on the side bodies, right side, left side, peeling the ribs off the hips. Breathe in. With long levers, so with a long arm, we're just going to fold halfway. So again, we're reaching, we're grabbing hands right here in the screen. So like, I think I see Bunny. I think I see Susie. I see Linda. Yep. So we're reaching and grabbing hands towards each other. So you should literally feel your spine pulling out of your hips. And you guys, keep your hands where they are. I talk with my hands, but I can literally feel this hip stretching, and it feels really good. Okay, take a breath in, breathe out, and release down. Now, if you don't want to dangle your arms down because it's too much, simply rest your hands on your shin. That's fine. But here we are, and then we want to soften our expectation and let the body be heavy. So let the body be heavy and sink into the chair and into the floor. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. And again. All right, and then placing the hands to the shin and using the hands to help lift. We'll set up that same position with the legs. Carrie, you can do this on the floor. So I'm going to take my left leg out towards the side this time. So I've got almost like a right angle shape. And remember, the idea is up and over. We'll do 3 jumps and then we'll go back. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then we go back. 1, 2, 3. So can you feel your core, right? Your core is working to help hold your body upright. And even for such a supported move, we're literally in a chair. It really is working a lot of stuff. Balance, core, your hip flexor. We got range of motion in the hip. 1, 2, 3. Notice your core activating as you lift the leg. Core activates, lift the leg, lift, and one more time back. So we'll go forward. So we bring the legs parallel again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so scooting a little bit forward on your chair, giving yourself some support so you can float your left leg. So the thigh bone is off of the chair. In this position, we want to go like this, right? Because the leg's up, lift, lift. Be intentional. 8 kicks. So sweep out with a pointed toe, flex and pull back. Sweep out, point, flex and draw the heel to the bottom. Point, extend, flex, pull, point, extend, flex, pull. Couple more, sweep. This is when I wish we were in class and I was with Bunny because she always counts for me. And flex. Let's do 2 more. Sweep, flex, sweep, flex, and place that down. So real quickly, I want to ask you guys a question. I'm unmuting you for a second. Could you feel your quad muscle?
Yes.
Yes. For such a simple movement, you could literally feel that quad muscle. And what's important is just to remember that that really deep range of motion is what stimulates and triggers the quad muscle. Now, I had a point in my life where I had to get surgery on both of my knees and I lost mobility in my knee joints. And I could really only bend them like just a few degrees. And I lost all the muscle mass in my thighs as a result. So it really is a true statement. All right, I'm going to unmute you again. Good morning, Jean. Okay. So now from here, let's just take a quick sec actually while we're here and seated and grab the ankles. So I'm going to move the screen down a little bit. So I'm going to have to scoot back in my chair so I can balance a little bit. I've got my thighs completely supported on the chair, so I can focus on the ankles. So here we really want to draw circles both directions, please. I think I told you guys to bring a ball this time and I myself forgot, so we'll do it next time. All right, and then point and flex, please. Point, flex. So when you point, really push those toes down towards the floor. And when you flex, think about pulling the toes towards your shins. Now I can look at this muscle and I can see it contracting. Point, contract. This muscle right here, it's right on top of your shin bone. Point, flex, point. I think you can see it probably in my, well, this is my left leg, but you can see the muscle there. Point, flex, point, flex, point, and wiggle your toes. So wiggle, wiggle. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I hit unmute all, mute all. I was not very smart. All right, so again, same thing where we did the idea with the fingers. Do the same things with the toes. So spread the toes, spread and squeeze, spread and squeeze. Stretch the toes apart and pull them together. And if you need to do one at a time, that's fine. You can do one at a time. All right, and then we're gonna move to standing. So I'm gonna fix my screen. Got my nice fancy dining room chair here. So we'll move to standing alongside your chair. I always, as you know, I always like to work a little bit of balance with you. I think it's really important to train our balance. I mean, I know it's really important. You can rest your hand on your chair if you prefer. You can be behind your chair with your hands on your chair. You can be alongside your chair. You can step away from your chair. But we are going to lift and lower the heels. So we'll lift up onto the balls of the feet, pulling the heels up. And then we're going to roll down with a micro bend in the knee. So pull up without locking your knees. We don't want to lock out the knee joint. And then we're going to roll down. Pull up. All the way up onto the platform of the toes. And then down. Feel your calf muscles. Calf muscles squeezing and contracting right here. And then stretching. Go again, lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. So I'd like to do 8 more, and I would like to do it faster. So we'll go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so you should have felt your feet, the soles of your feet, your calves, all that good stuff. All right, right there with your chair. You don't need to move. You can stay right where you are. We're going to balance on one side. So pick a leg, it doesn't matter which one, and just float the other leg. I've got a bent knee, whatever you want to do. Now, when we take the leg that's free and move it around, our body has to negotiate or navigate our balance. So we'll take that leg, lift the knee up in the front. Yep. Sweep it around to the side. Come down and tap the floor in front. Let's do that again. If you prefer to rest your hand on the chair, that's fine. Or you can take the balance challenge. We'll lift the knee, or rather lift the foot, pull the knee up, sweep around to the side, and lower down, tap the floor. Bend at the knee, pull the heel towards the bottom, sweep out of the hip, lift, sweep to the side, and lower down. Let's do that again. Bend at the knee, sweep the thigh bone up, sweep to the side, and lower down. Okay, same leg that you were just working. I want you to take your knees, put them right next to each other. Just want you to flex and tap the floor. Flex up, tap the floor. So hamstring and glute, tap the floor. Notice my knee is pointing straight down. Keep going with that. Flex and straighten. Keep going. Same leg, keep going. So before we were lifting up to the front, now we're lifting to the back. Hamstring up into your bottom. Let's do 2 more. 2 and 1. So hamstrings obviously and glutes oppose the quads. We want to train around, it's a leg wrap. You want to train all the way around the leg. So same idea, out of your hip, send a long leg to the side. We'll lift up and down, right here on the side. Up and down, up and down. You can play around with different foot positions. You can try to balance. You can send your arms overhead. But I just want you to work on lifting the leg to the side, sweeping out to the side and back. We'll do 2 more. 2 and 1. Now, same idea. I'm going to scoot a little bit out of the way of my chair so I have my same exact leg that we've been working this whole time. Sweep in front of the body and back. Sweep in front of the body and back. In front and back. Front, back. Couple more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so I'm going to swing around to the other side so I have room to move. So here we are on our other side. Let me see if I can get my feet face in the picture so we can see each other just a little bit more. Okay, better. All right, so with the legs right next to each other, knees right next to each other, bend at the knee, pull the heel towards the bottom. Sweep the thigh bone up, sweep out to the side, tap down. Again, bend, lift the thigh bone, sweep out, tap down. Please make sure you switched legs, by the way. I think you got that, but I'll just say it again. So bend, sweep, open, down, bend, sweep, open, down. One more time. Bend, sweep, open, and down. So with the knees right next to each other, we'll pull the heel to the bottom, tap the sole of the foot to the floor, pull up. So there's this concept of mind on the muscle that I really firmly believe in. When we focus on the muscle that's working, we get more out of it. So focus, squeeze on the hamstring and the glute, tap the toe down, squeeze, tap, squeeze, tap, squeeze, tap. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Okay, so now we're going to take our sweeps to the side. If you want to soften your knee and have a shorter lever, just keep your knees in the same line. So we're not sweeping out here. We're sweeping out to the side or a long lever. Let's look for 8 to 10. So we'll lift to the side and end. I'm flexing my foot. 3, 4, push out of your standing leg, lift up through the heart space. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, this hip is talking to me over here. So now the long lever sweeping across and back, across. It makes me feel like a soccer player, actually, because I have a flexed foot. I'm sweeping that leg across my body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. I'm going to ask y'all a question. You guys, can you feel your hips?
Yes.
Are your
Yes.
hips talking to you? I can
Yes.
feel this all right in here, right?
Yes.
Woo! All right, so sometimes it feels good to go like this. Mush on them a little bit. All right, back to mute. Okay. All right, so with your chair here, I like to do some standing flows. Well, actually, I'm gonna get you started in the chair and then I'm gonna stand up. If you're in your chair, you're gonna take your thigh bone of your leg and you're gonna rest the entire thigh bone on the chair so the whole body is supported, and you're gonna square yourself up. So we're gonna get square, shoulders over hips. If you're standing, we're gonna be in warrior 2. I always like to do this type of movement because I feel like it mimics a lot of what we do in everyday life, and it's really good for our balance and our mobility. So you're going to take your left toes, point them at the device, and your right toes are going to point to the side wall. So you've got a right angle. All right, so now I'm going to fix the screen so you can see me. Okay. Now, once you have the foundation in your legs, I want you to sink down into your legs and stay. So stay right there into the strength of your legs. Take your legs and squeeze, isometrically squeeze your inner thighs a little bit. So you're really firing up the inside. Squeeze like you need to go to the bathroom in your car. So squeeze. Now, isometrically pull the soles of the feet apart as if you're stretching the floor beneath you. So you're really engaging a strong foundation in the bottom half of the body. We'll take the arms out. So this is a very strong, sturdy, steady pose. But then we want to add mobility. So we're going to sweep over and sweep back. Maintain the legs. Don't move your legs. Just move from your hips and your upper body. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. A few more, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and stay. So stay right here. Take your top shoulder, lift up and open. Sink down. Now curve into the side body. Up and now take your hands and pull yourself in the opposite direction of your knee. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Take your arms out long. Push your legs straight. From here, reach with your waist. Reach. Yes, beautiful. Open. Hold. Okay, so this is triangle pose. Hold there. Don't move. Don't move. Take your top arm. Reach it up. Roll the shoulder back. Now try to lift your gaze up to your top arm. It's harder. It's a harder place to balance when you're looking up. 8, 7, wrap the muscles around the spine. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Turn 10 toes facing your device. Square your body up in a wide leg stance. Yes. Hold right there. So 10 toes facing your device. Bring your hands, place them on your shins, fingertips on your shins. Okay, now make sure your knees have a micro bend, so don't lock out your knees. Now, I want you to actively press your thighs to the wall behind you. So you guys, my torso is square and flat. Now, push your thighs to the wall behind you. You should feel length in the back side of your legs. We call this flat back extend. We're in a wide leg stance. Now, okay, you've got your thighs pushing towards the wall behind you. Now stretch the crown of the head. Literally pull length in the spine towards the side wall. Lever your spine out of your hips. Roll your breath. Roll your breath. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to soften the knees and we're going to fold down. When you get down there, you can clasp opposite elbows. Surrender your head. So let the crown of the head go to the floor. Once you're down there, you can start to straighten your legs out. Hold. Now, if it's available to you, it may or may not be. Take your hands to your back pockets. You can clasp. You can lift. Or not. You don't have to do that. If you're clasped and lifted, release. And we're going to articulate or roll the spine up. So tuck your chin, bend your knees, roll, unravel your body out. Take your time. Your head is glassed up. And we'll go the other way. So right toes towards the device, left toes towards the side wall. Square the body up, nice and centered, get low. If you're in the chair, you do everything that we're doing. You just get your entire thigh bone onto the chair so that you have the support of the chair. Okay, otherwise, here we are. Center up, square up. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, squeeze those inner thighs, stretch the floor apart with the soles of the feet. Get low in the foundation and strength of the legs. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Little bit lower. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do a few more. So strengthen the legs. Mobility in the upper body. One more. Hold. So reach up and over. As you're reaching with your left arm up and over, you're pushing that knee over the top of your foot. Reach, curve out the spine here. Take the arm out, reach, actively pull yourself over. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the legs straight, extend the arms. My feet are sliding. Okay. reach. So lengthen the side body, tip, open, peek up. All right, inner thighs, a little bit lower, reach towards the ankle. Wherever you are, the side bodies stay parallel. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Face the front. Okay, last working pose. Let me get you on my feet. Okay, notice that my feet are out. They're not forward. Okay, out. Here we go. Feet are out and we're wide. Shoulders are over the hips. Imagine your back is against the wall. Slide down the wall. You guys, I want you to tip that tailbone under and get down into your legs. Get down. Push the knees open. Core strength. Shoulder lifted. Hold. This is called goddess pose or horse stance. You can take your cactus arms. 8, 7, 6, 5. Get lower. 4, 3. Hold. Hold. Now just lift an inch. Lift an inch. Lift an inch. Lift an inch. Lift to the top. Okay. You can come back to your chair. I'm going to turn my fan on. What time is that? Wow, 10:28. I never get through everything I've planned. Okay. So some deep breaths, please. As we settle back into our space, I find myself reflecting on a quote I often use to end class. I'm going to share it with you now. We're not quite going to end yet, but I'm going to share the quote with you now because I feel like it's so applicable at this point in time. Wisdom is knowing that we are all one. Love is what it feels like, and compassion is what it acts like. Let's breathe the arms overhead. Roll through the midline, passing through the third eye, the seat of intuition, to the heart center, the Anahata. Release the hands by the side. Breathe in overhead. So we'll take another pass for wisdom. Drawing the wisdom to the heart center. Another pass for love. Drawing the love to the heart center. And compassion. We'll pause here. One more deep collective breath in. And slow breath out. Once again, I thank you for your choice to be here on a beautiful Tuesday morning. There's a power in a choice and an honor in that choice, and I appreciate that with the deepest gratitude. The light and spirit of me acknowledges and honors the light and spirit in each of you. Namaste.